Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, life tears a hole right through your dreams? Like you're trying to fly, but something inside you feels broken. What if I told you that sometimes the very things that break us become the reason we rise higher than everyone else? Let me tell you a story that might just change the way you see your own struggles. In a quiet little town, nestled between rolling green hills, lived a young boy named Jack. More than anything in the world, Jack loved kites. He was fascinated by how they danced with the wind, soaring like majestic birds in the vast blue sky. Every afternoon after school, he'd sit by his window, sketching designs of his own, dreaming of the day he would fly a kite of his creation. For months, he saved every single coin he found. Coins from washing his dad's car, coins from helping Mrs. Gable next door with her groceries, coins that jingled in his pocket with the sound of pure, unadulterated hope. He was saving up to buy a bright red kite for the annual town kite festival, the biggest event of the year. This wasn't just any kite to him. It was a symbol of his dream taking flight. When the big day finally arrived, the air buzzed with excitement. Jack clutched his small bag of coins and ran to the festival field, his heart pounding like a drum. The sky was a breathtaking canvas, painted with every color imaginable. There were giant dragon kites with long, flowing tails, elegant bird-shaped kites that glided gracefully, and box kites that stood strong against the gusts. It was a symphony of color and movement. Jack's kite was small and simple, but in his eyes, it was absolutely perfect. It was a vibrant, fiery red, the color of courage and passion. He held it close to his chest and whispered, "Today, you and I are going to touch the sky." With a deep breath and a burst of pure joy, he started to run, his little legs carrying him across the field. He felt the string pull, the kite catching the breeze. It was happening. It really did. Watching it begin its journey upward. But before his beautiful red kite could even begin to climb, a huge, powerful Kita monstrous thing, shaped like a hawk, swooped down and slammed right into it. There was a horrible, loud, tearing sound. A jagged, gaping hole opened right in the center of Jack's kite. His dream, so full of life just a second ago, now fluttered uselessly on the end of its string. Laughter erupted from a group of older kids nearby. "Hey, look! Your kite is broken," one of them yelled. "It'll never fly now," another one shouted, pointing. The words were sharp, cutting deeper than the wind ever could. Jack stood frozen, his heart sinking into his stomach. His dream didn't just fall, it felt like it had been shattered into a million pieces. Humiliation and disappointment washed over him. He wanted to quit. He wanted to run home, bury himself under his blankets, and hide that broken kite so no one could ever laugh at him again. The joy of the festival turned to ash in his mouth. But then, as tears welled up in his eyes, he heard a gentle voice in his mind. It was his father's voice, from a time when Jack had fallen off his bike and scraped his knee. "Strength isn't in perfection, my son," his father had said. "Strength is in how you rise after you fall. The real victory is in getting back up." Jack wiped his tears with the back of his hand. He looked at the torn, pathetic kite, then back up at the sky full of perfect, soaring kites. A flicker of defiance sparked within him. He whispered to himself, "What if I just try again?" With hands that were still shaking, he carefully examined the damage. He ran to his small bag and pulled out a roll of tape and a piece of scrap paper he had brought, just in case. He gently patched the hole, his fingers working with a newfound determination. He tightened the strings that had come loose, straightened the bent frame, and took another deep, steadying breath. This time, it wasn't just about hope. It was about resilience. Tin. He ran. He ran faster than before, his feet pounding the earth, his focus locked on the sky. And something unexpected, something almost magical happened. The wind, which he feared would rip the patch right off, didn't fight the hole in the kite. Instead, it rushed through it. The hole acted like a vent, stabilizing the kite against the strong gusts. It made the kite lighter, steadier, faster. The very flaw that should have destroyed it was now helping it. Jack's broken kite didn't just fly. It climbed, and climbed, and climbed. It ascended with a speed and grace that left everyone speechless. It soared past the big, fancy kites, higher and higher, until it was just a small red speck against the brilliant blue. Higher than all the perfect, unbroken kites in the sky. The same kids who had laughed now stood in stunned silence, their mouths wide open. From the middle of the field, Jack, with a grin stretching from ear to ear, shouted with all his might, "Look, it's not broken, it's unstoppable." His kite touched the clouds that day, and in that moment, as he held the string connecting him to his high-flying dream, Jack understood a profound truth that would stay with him for the rest of his life. Sometimes, the cracks and holes inside us aren't weaknesses. They aren't flaws to be hidden away in shame. They are openings, places where life, where the wind can breathe new strength into us. They are the very things that can lift us higher than we ever thought possible. So, if you're out there right now and you feel broken, if life has torn a hole in your plans, in your earth, in your spirit, please, don't hide it. Don't to run from Italiano. Don't let the laughter or doubt of others define you. Look at that broken part of you. Patch it up with courage. Hold it tight with resilience and try again. Because the very thing you think is your biggest flaw, your greatest weakness, might just be the secret to your greatest strength. It might be the reason you rise higher than anyone, including yourself, ever expected. I'd love to know which part of this story touched your heart the most. Your stories and your feelings matter. Share them in the comments below. I'll be reading every single one. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that lift you up.